hotel housekeeper of room 45. A few months ago, I went on a trip with two friends. Both of them are very sensitive to the supernatural. One can only sense or perceive it, while the other has told me about seeing full apparitions with all their details. We arrived at a hotel in the late afternoon, a hotel that was just over 30 years old. A beautiful hotel with hundreds of guests that day. We took the elevator and realized that our room was quite far away. We had to walk down the hallway and make 2 left turns. As we began to walk down the hallway, still decorated with a somewhat old carpet, one of my friends said, "The good thing is that this hotel isn't haunted." All 3 of us laughed and continued to our room. The next morning, when we headed to breakfast, we ran into the housekeeper in the hallway. We greeted her with a good morning, and one of my friends asked her, "There are no ghosts here, right?" The housekeeper just stared at us, and with nervous laughter, we insisted, "Or are there?" She also laughed nervously and quickly told us that there are. She told us that on the upper floor, there's the ghost of a night guard who died of a heart attack. Several people have seen him making his rounds on that floor. Of course, only at night. Then she told us about the maid who died in room 45, the one that's practically in front of the 2 elevators. People say that she frequently knocks on the door of that room at different times, like when they knock to see if the guests want their room cleaned. Well, we said, "Thank you very much," and we hurried off to have breakfast. We went up to the elevator, and one of my friends said, "I said there were no ghosts," but it was only to deny that I had felt something. The next evening, we returned from our city activities a bit tired, but I still wanted to spend some time in the hotel lobby. We walked down the long hallway to the elevators, and when we arrived, I pressed the down button. Shortly after, the bell rang to signal that the elevator had arrived and the left-hand elevator door opened. The elevator was empty and the light was off. I had never felt anything like this, and it scared me, so I hesitated to get in. The friend who was with me said, "Oh, that's really strange." The elevator closed its door, and we heard it go up a floor and then down again. I was waiting for the other elevator to arrive, but it didn't. Instead, the left elevator returned and opened its door again. But this time, the light was on. I truly felt goosebumps, something that had never happened to me in such a situation. And more so because I don't even believe in ghosts. I said, "How scary." Could it be that the maid from the room in front, room 45, is playing a prank on us? I told my friend. We waited for that elevator to leave and for the right-hand elevator to arrive so we could go down without fear. I really felt that something strange had happened. How could the light in the elevator go off? There was a small switch located next to the floor buttons. And then, when it went up and down, who turned on the light if it was empty? The ghost night guard? We returned to our room after spending some time in the lobby and shaking off the scare, and we told our other friend, the one who sees ghosts, what had happened to us. She said, "Oh yes, it was definitely the ghost of the maid. She never used the elevators or went near that area again. In the last few days, we were there. She used the stairs on the side of our room, even though it was several floors up.